Hello, my name is Gerdien de Vries. I'm an associate professor at Delft University of Technology, and I'm a social psychologist researching sustainable behavior. In a MOOC about sustainable aviation, it is necessary to also reflect on public responses because we all play a role on sustainability as individuals. Therefore, I make this video. Sustainable aviation is more than technology, money, regulations, or laws. It is also about the perceptions and emotions, expectations, trust, values, and experiences of the people involved. So you can design the most innovative technology and get all the funding to build it, but it has no value if people do not use your technological innovation. So understanding people, their behavior, and the drivers of their behavior is vital. And behavioral insights can help to connect humans and technology. For example, Twitter went crazy over this post from Kylie Jenner. She used 2 private jets to cross a small distance. Why did she choose to fly instead of taking another mode of transportation? And what drives the people that applaud her and envy her? So is flying about the status for them? And is being green not cool? A different story is about another young woman, Greta Thunberg. Not so long ago, she refused to fly to the United States and chose to sail across the ocean. More time-consuming and probably also more expensive, but she wanted to travel environmentally friendly. However, her sailing crew flew back after the trip. And that is not so sustainable, you might say. But what about Greta's credibility? How would the general public have perceived her when she flew herself alone? As greenwashing or hypocritical? This is kind of paradoxical, right? So the examples of Kylie Jenner and Greta Thunberg indicate that public perceptions are important. And perceptions vary among people. So some people are against flying in general, others are pro-flying, and a different group sees flying as a necessary evil. And perceptions influence actual flying behavior, but they are not the only driver. So money also plays an important role, for instance. If flying becomes more expensive due to taxes and the like, it could be that only the extremely rich can do it. Other values also play a role. I will get to that later. As the picture shows, flying has an enormous environmental impact. That is why some people want to quit or reduce their flying behavior. However, that isn't easy. Imagine that you are intrinsically motivated to reduce your carbon footprint, but your sister lives on the other side of the world. That raises a huge moral dilemma. And a solution to this is sustainable aviation that has a less environmental impact and is easier to accomplish from a behavioral perspective. It is interesting and relevant for this course to reflect on how perceptions of sustainable aviation can influence future flying behavior. Will sustainable flying become the norm that most would feel at ease with? We have no crystal ball and cannot predict how people will respond to sustainable aviation. Generally, it is impossible to predict public responses to new disruptions. However, I personally think that sustainable flying behaviors will depend on several factors. For example, the trade-offs of sustainability with other values. Values such as sustainability, money, time, and comfort are essential for people in their choices of traveling. For example, the old Concorde was not popular because it was expensive and not comfortable, though fast. With sustainable flying, the questions arise if it will be more expensive or cheaper than now, and will it then be subsidized? Will non-sustainable flights be taxed higher? Will it be noisier or quieter? And will there be more stopovers to refuel? It is impossible to extrapolate public responses to past technologies, such as the Concorde, to the potential introduction of future technologies, such as the Flying V or other unconventional aircraft concepts. However, we know that human behavior is driven not only by money, time, and comfort. For example, reflect on this picture. Would you be willing to fly in a new aircraft configuration as the Flying V, the V-shaped aircraft in the middle? Research indicates that your willingness to use new technology also depends on your curiosity to use new technology and on if you think it will be safe. Think about it. To what extent would your willingness to fly the Flying V depend on whether the manufacturer is an established aircraft company or a startup? Would that matter? In sum, psychological factors play a massive role in public responses to sustainable aviation. To give you just another example, did it ever occur to you that consumers can ban companies if they have low trust in their green intentions? In sectors like air travel, green alternatives aren't so straightforward and sometimes challenging to recognize for travelers. Therefore, some people doubt the sincerity of CO2 compensation or the green claims companies make. So, advertising with sustainability is tricky, and this also raises another point for reflection. Can aviation be 100% sustainable? And what is sustainable aviation? When the fuel is sustainable or when the aircraft is sustainable? And what about airports? We can start measuring public responses only if we know what sustainable aviation entails. In particular, its impact on values such as comfort, time, money, and safety. And still, we need to acknowledge that perceptions change, conflict, and can be very personal. Until we know more, we can only make assumptions about how sustainable aviation impacts future flying behavior.